Hello everyone, Jonathan here from Smart Home Sounds, a home audio retailer in the UK. I hope you're all doing well. Now today we're going to be reviewing the brand new passive bookshelf Kyte speakers from British heritage turntable and speaker manufacturer Rega. So new for 2021, these have been worked on for a few years from Rega, and after some delays caused by the pandemic, we've finally got our hands on them and they're available in this black colour for £499 a pair. Remember, before we get started, we are an authorised Rega dealer, so if by the end of this video you're interested in picking up a pair, we usually have good stock of them and can offer them to you with free UK delivery and Rega's lifetime warranty. Make sure you stay tuned till the end as we will be doing a sound test later in the video. So just to give you a bit of background about Rega, they design and assemble all of their products in-house at their HQ in Essex in England. Their focus is on getting the truest representation of the music through their speakers at a reasonable price point. They don't have any budget for advertising, they don't do promotions, and this means that they can focus all of their energy on R&D and sourcing the best materials and components for the price that you pay. So this results in all of their products being available at sensible price points, and an example is the cabinet on the Kytes, as Rega have been able to custom build this cabinet at a third of the price of other British loudspeaker manufacturers. This also goes part of the way to explaining why their entry-level Planner 1 turntable that we have here has been and continues to be so successful. The lifetime warranty is a great bonus as well and testament to the confidence that Rega have in their products. All of this is why we have great respect for Rega as a brand, as it feels like they really have our customers' interests at heart. And just in case you were wondering what these other components are, so this is the Planner 1 turntable that I just mentioned, which is the award-winning entry-level turntable from Rega. And this is Rega's most recent amplifier release, the I/O, which is a compact amplifier designed to complement the Planner 1 turntable and Kyte loudspeakers. Now these components actually feature in their upcoming System 1 hi-fi bundle, designed to give you all of the components you need to establish an exceptional hi-fi system at around the £1,000 price mark. Don't worry, we will be doing a separate video on the System 1 as soon as we have more details about it. You can of course use these Kytes with your chosen amplifier and turntable and will perform great, but the System 1 is designed to take out the confusion around purchasing audio components that will be compatible with each other. The Rega Kyte speakers come as a pair and have an RRP of £499. Obviously these are passive bookshelf speakers that require the use of a separate amplifier, and they use two core speaker cable to wire to that amplifier. The Kytes also have the banana plugs on the back, so it makes for a nice easy connection. So let's start off by taking a closer look at the design. So interestingly, these aren't the first time that they've released a pair of entry-level bookshelf speakers named the Kytes. The predecessor to these took on more of a boxy shape, but this new design adopts a more curved shape to fit in with a more modern aesthetic found in most homes. I think on first glance they look stunning, and if you look closer you can see the build quality is exceptional and looks really premium with this glossy edging around the perimeter of the drive units. I would actually say that this is probably the most distinguishable bookshelf speaker design on our website. Rega have said that the custom designed phenolic resin cabinet that features on these speakers is incredibly stiff because internally they feature this unique cross bracing in the form of ceramic plates. Now stiffness is extremely important for higher efficiency and less distortion or cabinet buzz, as well as bass performance. That ultimately means that you'll hear more of the music and less of the unwanted frequencies or vibrations. They've also designed and handmade this ZRR high frequency unit and MX125 bass mid unit, incorporating a 4-layer voice coil, which means that you should experience a more dynamic and natural soundstage. It's also bass reflex design, so the port is located at the rear. Now it is still an ongoing discussion on whether front or rear ported is better, but I can only assume that Rega have gone for rear ported to reduce port noise, and noise is the worst enemy of the founder of Rega himself, Mr. Roy Gandhi, as I found out in a previous interview that we had with him. So now on to the interesting stuff, how they sound. Now unfortunately, we don't have any non-copyrighted vinyl that we can demonstrate the Planner 1 and I/O amp with the Kytes, so for now we'll be using the Sonos amp to power them, so we're able to stream some royalty-free music to them. So sorry to any Sonos haters out there. But this is the only way that we can give you a sound test without breaking the rules, and of course we'll be using our brand new binaural microphone for more accurate results. Just bear in mind you'll always get a better experience if you're listening through headphones, so go and pop some of those on and see what you think.
Baby, when we met, I was kinda lonely.
So I hope that was useful and you got a good idea of the musicality of the speaker. Obviously, as is true with all sound tests, they do sound best when you're here in person, but the microphone is designed to offer the closest representation of how the speaker sounds. From my perspective, the standout strengths were in the higher frequencies and the vocals, as these were smooth and refined. The stereo imaging was equally on point and gave a really fantastic soundstage. I would have liked slightly more bass, so if you listen to a lot of bassy music like electronics or R&B, I maybe would go for something a little bit different, but jazz, acoustic, rock and classical all sounded stunning, and this is where the speakers really come alive. So moving on to who these speakers would be right for then, I'd say if you're looking for a new set of bookshelf speakers and don't want to break the bank, but equally want to maximise the performance, these really are a dark horse. As Rega don't do any marketing or advertising and rely purely on their authorised resellers, they're not so easy to come across. As mentioned a bit earlier, I think these speakers are more suitable if you're into acoustic or classical pieces, jazz or rock. 70s and most 80s music with plenty of vocals also deserve an honourable mention. In terms of recommended pairings for the Rega Kyte speakers, these will be suitable for either the Rega Planner 1, Planner 2 or even the Planner 3, but of course there are many turntable options out there that would also be suitable, like offerings from Audio-Technica and Project, etc. In terms of amplifiers, this of course pairs very well with the Rega IO, but if you were looking for a bit more power, you could upgrade to its bigger brother, the Brio. Now, as the Rega amps are fully analog, there's no wireless interface, so if you're looking for streaming capabilities or even make this part of a multi-room system like Sonos, then you could attach a Sonos port to the IO or Brio amp, or even swap out Rega's own amps and use the Sonos amp for less boxes and a more sort of integrated solution. Looking at the pros and cons, the main pros for me are that firstly they incorporate Rega's British hi-fi heritage, which helps them produce that natural detailed sound. The design of the speakers is also commendable, ensuring that you can focus on the music and aren't distracted by unwanted buzz or noise. And finally, it's also great that you can use your choice of amp to create the perfect setup for your requirements. On the other hand, a couple of negatives I would point out is that they are only available in black, which might not be to everyone's taste. They are passive speakers, so they're not going to provide that all-in-one option that some people might be after. And finally, they haven't designed a compatible stand yet, so these will have to be placed on a bookshelf. So just to wrap up then, we were very impressed with the Rega Kytes overall and think they offer an extremely strong performance per pound. Now the price point positions them just above the Bowers & Wilkins 607s and the Kef Q350s, both of which maintain a boxy shape, and I have to say I much prefer this rounded aesthetic as it just offers a more modern approach and steers away from the traditional wood veneer that we see on a lot of other bookshelf speakers. We really can't wait to show you how they sound as part of the System 1 bundle, as well as do our review on that as soon as we can get our hands on it, as I think the Kytes will really shine in this setup. So that's the end of the review, guys. I hope you found this helpful. A link to the product page is in the description below if you wanted to find out more information on them. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.